Okay, I am back. I'm sorry I missed streaming the past 2 weeks. I did program, but I just did not stream. And then last week sometime I got COVID, and I am still recovering from that. But I want to show you guys some of the changes I made off stream. Well, if we are able to kill anybody, I made it so that you can't kill a vulture if you're following them. You have to joust them in order to kill them. That jockey won't be in the air like that on the final version. They're just fast right now. So we got wave 2 going on. We've got the lava raise, you know, see that lava level raising. And then if we kill, collect all these eggs, which is not going to happen because I suck. See, that was wrong. That shouldn't have been a blue jockey. So we've got something messing up there. And we shouldn't be allowed to kill. Oh, you know what? Yeah, this is our old... Okay, this is our old stuff. If we get full, we can actually pull all our changes. This is how many changes we've made since we last streamed. Which is not unsubstantial, you know, 86 lines of playstate code. 17 vulture code, 15 ostrich. Okay, so now, okay, why does it do this, man? Why does it do this? Okay, really? See, but damn it. Sorry guys, this is totally my fault for being incompetent with Tmux. Oh, come on, dude. How do I kill it? How do I kill it, man? I can attach, and then how do you kill it? Okay. Let us go into our playstate here. Actually, it might be in our main. Are we doing a full screen here in main? We are. So that's wrong. Okay. Okay. So check this out. Wave 3, we spawn our 5 vultures and see the retracted platform, and the platform is actually so that we can go beneath it, and if we touch the lava or the vulture touch the lava, they die. Now, I should probably add some special logic so that the vultures don't get too low. And then there's actually a collision there too, you know. So that's kind of what I've been up to, is getting that retracted platform working. And then I added another thing. See, that just looks a little too close. It should bump into it sooner than that, I feel like. Another thing I added is you can't kill a vulture if we are facing the same direction as a vulture. Let's go to our notes and leave us a little note saying, and low height vulture jump so they don't die in lava. Oh, excuse me. Shit, yeah, I feel awful. I think I'm over the worst of COVID, but I'm still feeling bad. We did this. Underground retract, I think we need to maybe not retract it as far so we get that more realistic side collision going for it. Where do we say the ground platform gets modified? Right here. Okay, so what we do is we move our X and then we shrink ourselves by twice as much because it's supposed to meet in the middle. So we need our, I guess I want this to be maybe 83 is the thing. We'll see if that is looking a little better for the side collisions once it's retracted. So what's cool is like I can stand here as it's falling, and then it'll really just keep it, it'll be accurate. Okay. So if I try to slowly run into it, that looks pretty good. Now let's try this side. Still feels like I get a lot closer on the right side there, but actually maybe not. And that's not going to be a very common thing, like bumping into that. I think that's okay. I think that's fine. Okay. So yeah, we probably want to give our vultures some logic. See, but the way our vultures are jumping now is there's a whole table of values for time in between jumps. And they get one of those values. And then once it's 0, then they become jumped or whatever. But if we wanted to add it to prevent them from killing themselves in the lava, we'd have to do something, I guess. Let's take a look at our vulture class, and if we take a look at our time between jumps, what happens when our time between jump is, 0 or whatever after we decrement it? Right here, if our time between jumps is smaller than 0, then we're gonna become self.just jumped. Okay, so we can use the same trigger. Self.just jumped gets true if our Y position is low enough, right? So if our Y position is low enough to where it would hit that lava and kill themselves, we want to pick a threshold for like a danger threshold, right? So it's like if our Y is greater than the virtual height and it'd be minus the lava height, and also minus the lava rise, depending on which wave it is on. And then it'd also be minus our own height. But that would just give us, hey, if we're about to collide, then go ahead and become just jumped. But we want it to be if our y is greater than this minus height minus maybe a 10 pixel buffer, maybe a 5 pixel buffer. So if we're within 5 pixels of colliding with that lava there, we're going to become self.justJumped. That might work. Let's see. We'd have to watch as I kill everybody. Oh. So yeah, we want to look for them getting close to the lava and then kind of jumping and not actually touching the lava. Okay. Yeah, he kind of just flew down there. They're not dying anymore, so that's good. So maybe I did just fix it that easily. So instead of jumping just based on the type of tween jumps, if their Y position is too close to lava, we're saying, okay, you're jumped, so that you don't hit the fucking lava. Because anytime they're just jumped, that modifies their upward velocity, so it gives them that boost. Okay. One thing I want to check is that the jockeys in between rounds are maintaining the correct tier of vulture to upgrade into. So if we go back into instead of wave getting 3 here, wherever we are setting it, where are we doing that? Oh yeah, not in vulture. Here. Wave gets 3. Where did we do that? Okay. Let's just turn this off for now. Okay. So we're going to hatch a couple of guys. We're going to let them upgrade. Oh god. Okay. And then I don't know if I want to fix that. Because remember, we spent like an episode fixing that, but that was before I got the platforms in place for the reference, for the game reference. So now our vultures aren't so perfect at jumping over there. It still grabs it, which is why I think we shouldn't need to have to redo it, but uh-oh. Okay. So basically, when this guy hatches, he'll be a blue jockey. I just want to make sure. See that blue jockey? It's kind of right cut off there, but now that we've got a blue jockey, I want to make sure that when we hatch, when we hatch these guys, that they don't carry over any old. Oh, see, look, they do. That guy did, at least. See, it should get wiped. Anytime we've got a new wave, we need to wipe all of our tiers for our jockeys. And I guess, yeah, we can take a look. I think that would be in our jockey class. We don't have a tier system for it. So how are we rendering which jockey? How are we rendering? Oh, here, the blue jockey here. Okay, so if timesEggHatched at the index of our jockey is greater than 1, we're giving ourselves a blue jockey. So what we need to do is reset timesEggHatched table upon a wave advance. So I guess we can check if we're doing that or not. timesEggHatched is a global table we're doing. We can take a look in our wave advance function. And it doesn't look like we're resetting it. So if we look at our, what was it? timesEggHatched. Each index needs to get set to 0, I think. Because a 0 of a timesEggHatched. See how we do it here. Okay. So yeah, we do. Okay, we need to not hard code it in at 4 values as well. We need to do it per enemy object. So yeah, this is wrong. Yeah, this is wrong, and I'm surprised there aren't more mess ups. We need to set this table to be equal to the amount of values that are in our enemy objects when that gets set every wave, and then we need to assign them to 0 by the time we switch to that wave. So wherever we do our wave advance, we need to give ourselves a timesEggHatched value of 0 for each enemy object that we've got. So see how for each enemy object we're incrementing the timesEggHatched at the right index if that egg has in fact hatched. But what we're not doing, where do we set? God dang it. Yeah, where do we set our enemy objects? Do we do that right before we do our wave advance, or what? We just do it right off the bat. Okay. See, I'm kind of thinking, well, no. Okay. So here we've got 3 enemy objects. So, okay. So here's where we're populating all these values. These dummy values for the wave itself. And we've got to do that for every wave, which is a little redundant, and we can do that better. We can make that into a function called dummy initialization, or whatever you want to call it. But for now, I want to move our timesEggHatched to be populated into this dummy table, dependent on our wave and everything. So we can go here. What we can do for now is say that this gets an empty table. Okay. And we need to populate that table with the amount of enemy objects we have, and they all need to be 0 to start. And then every subsequent wave, we need to make sure those get flushed to 0 again. So right here, we'll just say timesEggHatched at index I will get a 0. And that will have the effect of putting a 0 into the ith index, and it'll put in as many 0s as enemy objects we've got, because that's the for loop we're in. So now we should have timesEggHatched tethered to the objects. So we don't no longer initialize 4 right off the bat, even though we start off with 3 in wave 1. We'll have 3 in wave 1, we'll have 4 in wave 2, you know. We'll just do it per wave like that. And we will put these into a function at some point so we don't have to do this like this so many times. All of that's the same logic to just populate these dummy values. But I'm hoping that gets rid of our problem. So we can test, oh my god, if it wasn't so damn good, you know, we need to get 3 of these hatched. I just want to get, oh come on. Shit. Okay, let me try it again. One thing I do want to fix, I don't like how if the vultures collide with one another and they're facing the same direction, that they turn around. I don't like that, but I don't know what to do because a hunter will go faster than a, you know, bounder, and Shadow Lord goes faster than them. Okay, so we've got a blue jockey there. So we're trying to get a couple blue jockeys, and then we'll collect them, and then we'll go to the next wave and make sure they're back to being white jockeys for bounder hatches, or hunter hatches rather. They start off as bounders. See, because now we can't actually kill them from behind like we used to. We just changed that yesterday. Okay, let's see. Damn it! Fuck! It's hard to say because I don't know which index the which index the hunter was, or the Shadow Lord was. To check whether or not it's still blue, but come on, man. You know, it's like when you lose on a game you programmed, it's like it just feels like it's like, well, you did this to yourself, you know. Okay, I'm gonna try to get these guys. Okay, never mind. Well, I haven't seen a blue egg. So I feel like it might be okay. Yeah, I kind of want the AI to be a little different for those guys. For the taxis finding the eggs, I want them to kind of jump, to flap more often, because they can't get over the hump for that middle platform, if the egg's on the middle platform. So I might tweak that. It looks like we fixed this bug for now, though. So we're resetting our tiers for our jockeys by the time we advance our wave and everything. So that's looking pretty good. I'm gonna put, we want to dummy initialization. And then I want to modify the taxis AI to jump more often. Let's take a look at what that would entail. Where do we have the AI for these guys? You know, it's compared to its jockey. There it goes. If it needs to jump, it becomes flapped. It no longer needs to jump. So if we want it to jump more often, what we can do, we can give ourselves a little less of a jump, but a faster timer for our flap counter. So we'll become flapped. Then we decrement our flap counter to see if we need to jump again. So if this is a low number, we can see if that will cause it to jump more than once, depending on its height. So ideally, we want to be able to catch an egg that lands right here on this platform. Let's see. Right here. Perfect. If I can kill him. No! Oh, no! Okay, right here. This is it. Nice. Egg. Damn it. Okay. Let's just see how the taxi flaps. Comes on. Flap. It does flap a little sooner. Now, I want to check that tricky spot. So we have to catch him right here. Fuck. We gotta catch him right here. Come on. Nope. Okay, it's obnoxious to try to get him to land in the right spots. You know, I'm gonna go back to our egg, give our egg invulnerable timer to be longer so that we don't accidentally catch our eggs. God damn it, that was the perfect setup here. Bro, okay, I'm losing my mind. Damn it, that was almost it. I need the egg to land on the platform just right of that one. That's pretty good, though. Ugh, I just feel like it should flap more, I think. I think it should kind of flap more. So, I think it needs a stronger flap too, still. Go to a taxi here. We give it the stronger flap again, but we say, hey, flap more often if you need it. Then we can see. That's it. Oh, it just went too far. Okay, let's see. He didn't flap his wings down, which needs to jump. We do our wings down animation here. Where do we do our wings down? Oh, and not flapped. And flapped. Okay, so yeah, if it is. That's it. That's a perfect hit. That's exactly where we want to test it. Okay. He flaps, and he gets stuck. Fuck. do we fix that? I think we just need to, you know, what we're doing for our, if we need to jump, is we're just checking if we're greater than the jockey's Y position. But we can say if we're greater than the jockey's Y position minus maybe 8 pixels, we give ourselves 8 pixels to jump. So that it would jump sooner, or it's too low. That makes sense. Oh man, and then it fucks it up if they're on the ground level if we do that. So only if our Y is greater than, how tall are the jockeys compared to the taxis? Like, what the heck? How tall are jockeys? Jockeys are 14, and taxis are what? Or 18. Change from 16. Okay. So I want to change this back to 16 because now that that's busted, this is not worth having different. It was kind of like a glue fix, and then now we just aren't using the glue. That's a good one. That's it. That's the egg we want to test right there. So when it hatches, we come left, flap, flap, and get stuck still get stuck. What do I mean? It gets the egg. It gets it. It just doesn't get it. And that's the trickiest spot because it has to go higher than the platform it's trying to get to so it can get over that hump. I guess it's okay. I guess it's okay. So the next thing we're going to be testing is our pterodactyl timer and making sure that's working, because as far as I can tell, your pterodactyl timer for when the pterodactyl comes out is reliant on how many vultures are alive on screen. So if you have one vulture alive on screen, then you only have 20 seconds to capture it before the pterodactyl comes and gets you. So we're going to be debugging that and making sure that's working as intended so that we can kind of just move on from the vulture, or from the pterodactyl, and make sure everything is set for that before we move on. And then probably after that, we do want to do a little bit more extensive testing on our scoring to make sure that's working correctly. It just becomes hard with multiple waves and multiple changing tables full of global enemies and stuff, because the score depends on how many you've killed since you last died. So it's just a lot of details that are hard to kind of keep track of while everything's happening on screen, because it's like depending on which one you kill gives you different points, depending on how many things you've killed since you've last died is different points, and then it's hard to do the math with the score that's being rendered on there, in real time. So I'm hoping we can find a way to kind of debug or troubleshoot that. And you know what? I'm thinking now after this past 2 weeks, that we will do the lava troll. Because we're so close to getting most of the game. Like, because after wave 3 or whatever, I think wave 4 is an egg wave, which will be easy enough. But I think a lava troll would be really fun. And then we also need to add our flaming add flames burning away ground platform. That will be really fun. And then once the lava trolls are I think it'll be easy. It's just sprite that we need to render, give it a little bit of AI to detect if a collidable object is above him, to kind of follow it and grab it if it's in the right. I say it's gonna be easy, but it's gonna be kind of hard. But yeah, the lava troll hand kind of comes out and tracks you if you're too close to the lava. And then if you get too close to lava, or the vultures get too close to lava, he'll hold you in place and you can't get out for a certain amount of time. And then that would be really fun. So that'll be the last big update. Other than that, we're close to being done with this thing. Because we've got waves, we've got scoring, we've got all the players, AI, enemies. We just need the lava troll. We need to build out the next couple waves so that you can play longer than 3 waves, and then maybe add a win state if you beat all wave 10 or something. I don't know. And then maybe this is the first game we can work on how we would store a high score table that we write to. So we have a file that writes our high scores, and then if you want to see the high scores, you can pull them up, and then it'll remember them. That would be really cool, because I haven't done anything like that in my couple years of programming, to kind of pull up a high score and to save a high score and to load a high score. I think that would be cool. So that's what's coming up next. We take a look at our git diff. We got a couple of different notes. We've got a couple of tiny bug fixes. We changed our flap counter a little bit to tweak the taxi. It doesn't quite fix what we were wanting it to. It's just a problem spot. I'm curious what the original does. I'm gonna do that right after I end this stream. I'm gonna go do my best to get the egg to land in that trouble spot on the emulator and see how that vulture responds. I'm thinking it'll do the same thing we do. I think it'll bounce off that lower platform or the higher platform because it can't get over it. But we added jumping to our vultures if they get too close to the lava. We changed our timesEggHatched initialization to be not a hard-coded 4 zeros, but to be initialized to the amount of enemy objects we have every wave. And then we tweaked our ground platform width by 1 to just have a little bit more realistic side collision detection for when our ground platform is retracted. Yeah, we've got a good idea going forward of things we need to do. I'm not intimidated by any of it. I'm sure we can figure it out, and then it'd be really cool to work on to spend a couple days to try to get this working for touch devices, because Love can be ported to iOS and Android, and I programmed that karaoke wheel onto the Android tablet I've got. And it was cool to be able to carry that and play it on the touch screen. So if I can have Joust on that tablet and have it where, you know, pressing right is right move, pressing left is left move, pressing the middle is jumping, that sort of deal, it would be really fun to kind of have that, so I can have a pocket version of my game to take, you know, to Thanksgiving and stuff, so people could try to play and everything. That would be cool. And then I don't think it'll be that hard to adapt it for touch. I just can't do iOS development because my Macs are over 10 years old and they're not supported anymore. What we could do is we can commit by saying what? timesEggHatched. We initialize timesEggHatched on per wave basis. I'm just gonna commit that, man. Like, I was gonna put, you know, tweaked ground retract, and if you look at the git commit, I literally just changed it by one number, so it's like, to make note of it seems kind of silly to me. But we've got it. We've got a commit. We streamed again. Sorry, I missed so many days streaming. Life fucking happens. COVID happened. I feel like crap, but I did program. We still got the streak, and we're coming up on the end of this Joust. So I'm thinking maybe in 2 more weeks, 3 more weeks, maybe be totally done with Joust, moving on to the next project. So that should be exciting.